address the shared challenges at the EU level. So clearly it made a huge difference, and we heard at the final conference several examples of countries who really demonstrated how this action mattered for the national policies, for the health workforce agenda, but also for the broader agenda of transformation of health systems. So clearly, it was really tailored to the needs of each participating country. But on top of it, it made a big difference for the shared efforts to advance the solutions to the common challenges, like, for example, the quality of data for more evidence-based policy on health workforce and health systems, but also sharing knowledge about the advancements of the health workforce planning models, which are not static. They need to be dynamic because everything is dynamic. The whole environment impacting the health of citizens is dynamic. So this joint action was actually had this power of exploring the innovative approaches around and bringing these practices to places where progress on workforce planning were maybe less advanced. And your question is about something very ambitious, because creating the workforce intelligence ecosystem is an ambitious project. And HEROES was a stepping stone. I think you managed, for example, to develop the advanced data set for health workforce planning, which is used across countries. And I understand that the work will still progress, and you have brilliant ideas of how to develop it, how to capture better, for example, the impact of AI, digitalization, the impact of working differently. For example, more in teams, expanding roles of certain professionals, integrating better certain professionals. So it was a stepping stone, but I think what is really critical is not to double the efforts and to be mindful of existing data collection ecosystems. So we have important international partners, including also Eurostat, who develop better health workforce data, but we also have important policy developments. The European Health Data Space, which is being rolled out. We also do important work through the European semester. We also, in the Commission, step up efforts on the fair mobility package. So all these initiatives point clearly to the need of better data. So I think it is really strategic what HEROES has achieved, and it's important to build and connect all these existing efforts rather than duplicating them. Address the shared challenges So ultimately, the impact of HEROES is how it really translates into the policy relevance. And we saw that developments in participating countries differed because, of course, they had different needs, they had different policy dilemmas, even if the workforce agenda is a shared challenge. Here we have shortages, we have problems with even productivity of health workforce. We see that we hear complaints from some health professionals that they spend too much time on their paperwork. So these are common challenges across Europe. So in terms of the most sustainable impact, it really matters how these results of the action were used to solve the policy dilemmas, how the improvement of data, the improvement of models was actually embedded in the policy decisions. So I would say that really the impact of HEROES, what is the most sustainable outcome of it would depend on the capacity of member states of transforming the knowledge and tools which they benefited from during the action into the real decision-making power in their countries. And clearly what we heard during the final conference were the success stories. So of course progress is different because countries didn't start, some countries started from scratch, yes? So there were several countries which just managed to put the basic robust capacities to ensure that health workforce planning happens, that health workforce planning is part of the policy reality. But we also had very good examples of countries who actually, where actually health workforce planning is a driver of reforms. And I think that this is the ultimate goal where actually these efforts should lead to. And we are very glad that it happens, that heroes actually contributed to this important milestone. And yeah, we are wishing good luck to all those who started with actually basics. And I'm sure you are on your good way to make it to also to the policy realities in your countries.